Today marks a significant moment for the Pi ecosystem as we move deeper into a new phase of development and network maturity. Across the community, there is a noticeable shift in momentum as core infrastructure updates, identity verification progress, and ecosystem expansion efforts begin to align at the same time. The focus right now is on a major technical transition that is reshaping how the network operates at its foundation and setting the stage for more advanced functionality in the near future. At the center of everything is the completion phase of the Protocol 23 upgrade within Pi network. This update represents a structural evolution of the system rather than a simple routine improvement. It transitions the network from its previous architecture into a more capable environment designed to support scalable smart contracts and fully functional decentralized applications. In practical terms, this means developers will eventually be able to build and deploy applications with far fewer limitations, while the ecosystem itself becomes more flexible and programmable. For users and developers who have been following the project for years, this is one of the most important technical steps toward turning the network into a fully functional open digital economy. For node operators, the upgrade process has also been redesigned to reduce friction and simplify participation. Instead of requiring complex manual steps that previously slowed down upgrades, the system now automates much of the transition process. This change is intended to ensure that nodes across the network stay synchronized without creating unnecessary downtime or confusion. However, there is still a defined window for completion, and operators are being given until May 19 to fully complete the migration process to Protocol 23. This extension appears to be aimed at maintaining stability across the system while still pushing forward with the rollout. The key requirement for most operators is to activate the Horizon API migration step, which reportedly takes only a short time to complete once initiated. The emphasis here is clearly on ensuring a smooth transition rather than rushing the process and risking inconsistencies across the network. While the technical side of the ecosystem is undergoing transformation, the community side is also experiencing major developments. One of the most discussed milestones is the expansion of identity verification across the global user base. The network has now surpassed 18 million KYC verified users, which represents a substantial portion of its active participants. This level of verification is critical for any blockchain-based system aiming to function at scale, especially one that plans to integrate real-world utility, financial systems, or AI-driven services in the future. Alongside this growth, there has also been movement in addressing one of the longest-standing issues within the ecosystem, which is the backlog of tentative KYC statuses. Many users who previously submitted verification documents but were left in uncertain states are now beginning to see updates. The core team has introduced new AI-assisted tools for liveness detection and identity validation, significantly reducing the need for manual human review. Reports suggest that these tools have cut review workloads by roughly half, allowing the system to process pending cases more efficiently. For many users, this means accounts that were previously stuck in limbo are now progressing toward full eligibility. This shift is being viewed as an important step toward unlocking broader participation and restoring confidence among long-time users who have waited for resolution. Beyond infrastructure and identity systems, the project's leadership has also been emphasizing a broader strategic vision that extends into artificial intelligence. During recent appearances at industry events such as Consensus Miami, the founders have positioned Pi Network not just as a blockchain platform, but as a form of human infrastructure for AI systems. The idea behind this framing is that a large, verified global network of real humans can play a key role in training, validating, and improving AI models. In a digital world where synthetic data and automated systems are becoming increasingly common, having access to a verified human layer is seen as a valuable asset. This concept is also closely tied to the network's long-standing emphasis on real identity and trust-based participation. In parallel with this vision, the Pi App Studio has also received significant upgrades. The goal of these improvements is to make it easier for developers and creators to bring AI-powered applications into the ecosystem without long development cycles or complex integration barriers. By streamlining the process of porting AI-built apps into the network, the system aims to accelerate the growth of real utility across its user base. With tens of millions of engaged participants globally, even small improvements in developer accessibility could lead to a rapid expansion in available applications and services. The broader ambition here is to transform the ecosystem from a theoretical network into a practical environment where users can actively interact with useful tools on a daily basis. On the market side, sentiment remains mixed but active. The token has been trading in a lower price range around the 16-cent level, and there has been noticeable pressure as more tokens continue to migrate into circulation. Some analysts describe the current phase as a typical, sell the news, reaction, where early excitement around major upgrades leads to short-term selling pressure as participants take profits or rebalance positions. However, despite this short-term volatility, there is ongoing discussion around longer-term technical patterns that suggest potential strength forming beneath the surface. One commonly referenced structure is a cup and handle formation, which, if confirmed over time, could indicate a potential upward move toward the 23-cent range. Of course, this type of analysis depends heavily on execution of the current upgrade cycle and whether the network can maintain stability during its transition period. Looking ahead, the roadmap continues to include a series of bi-weekly updates that are expected to carry the system further into its open network phase. Each stage is designed to gradually reduce central control while increasing community participation and decentralized governance. One of the most anticipated milestones is projected around June 22, when Protocol 26 is expected to introduce further shifts in node control, potentially moving more authority into the hands of the community itself. If achieved successfully, this would represent another major step toward decentralization and would reinforce the long-term vision of a fully community-operated network. Overall, the current moment can be seen as a convergence point where technical upgrades, user verification progress, AI integration efforts, and market speculation are all interacting at once. It is a period defined by transition, where the foundations being laid now will likely determine how the ecosystem functions in the next phase of its evolution. While short-term volatility and uncertainty are always present in emerging technologies, the direction of development suggests a continued push toward scalability, utility, and broader real-world integration.